A glimpse into eternity, the realm of ageless creatures. Welcome to our fascinating journey into the world of immortal animals. Here, in the quiet corners of our planet, from the deepest oceans to the smallest freshwater ponds, life has found ways to defy what we often consider an inevitable fate. We shall embark on an exploration of creatures that possess abilities so extraordinary they challenge our very understanding of existence. These are not beings of myth or legend, but living organisms meticulously studied, revealing nature's profound capacity for innovation and resilience. Prepare to witness biological marvels that push the boundaries of life itself, offering us a glimpse into the secrets of enduring vitality. Yes, you heard that right. Immortal animals. It is a concept that may sound like the realm of science fiction, yet it is a biological reality for a select few. These remarkable species have evolved strategies that allow them to circumvent the aging process, to regenerate, to revert, and to endure in ways that seem almost magical. Their existence prompts profound questions. What does it mean to be immortal? How do these creatures achieve such feats? And what can they teach us about the fundamental processes of life, aging, and perhaps even our own future? This journey will take us into their hidden worlds, revealing the intricate mechanisms behind their agelessness. Today, we shall delve into the lives of 5 such extraordinary beings. We will observe the delicate dance of the Turritopsis Dohrnii, the immortal jellyfish, as it seemingly turns back time. We will marvel at the ceaseless renewal of the Hydra, a tiny freshwater polyp with an unending capacity for regeneration. We'll explore the astonishing resilience of the Plenarian flatworm, capable of rebuilding itself from the smallest fragment. We will uncover the cellular secrets of the lobster, whose enzymes hold a key to sustained youth. And finally, we will encounter the near-indestructible tardigrade, a microscopic titan of survival. Join us as we uncover nature's ageless wonders. The immortal jellyfish, a cycle of rebirth. Our first marvel, Turritopsis dohrnii, often referred to as the immortal jellyfish, inhabits the temperate and tropical waters across the globe. It is a diminutive creature, no larger than a human fingernail, yet it possesses a truly astonishing capability, one that sets it apart from almost all other known animal life. This delicate, bell-shaped medusa, drifting through the ocean currents, carries within its translucent form the secret to an apparently endless cycle of life, a biological sleight of hand that continues to captivate the scientific world. It is a silent testament to the extraordinary solutions that evolution can conjure in the vast theatre of the seas. Like other hydrozoans, Turritopsis dohrnii typically undergoes a life cycle that begins with a fertilized egg, developing into a free-swimming larva known as a planula. This planula eventually settles on a suitable substrate, transforming into a polyp colony. These polyps, anchored and branching, then bud off tiny medusae, the familiar free-swimming jellyfish form. This medusa stage is typically the adult reproductive phase, which, for most jellyfish, culminates in senescence and death after reproduction. However, for Turritopsis dohrnii, this is not necessarily the end of its story, but potentially the beginning of another. The truly remarkable feat of Turritopsis dohrnii lies in its ability to undergo a process called transdifferentiation. This is a rare biological phenomenon where a mature specialized cell can transform into a completely different type of specialized cell, or even revert to an earlier unspecialized state, effectively resetting its developmental clock. When faced with environmental stress, physical damage, or even the natural onset of old age after reproduction, this jellyfish can initiate an extraordinary transformation, a retreat from its adult form back into the cradle of its youth, a feat unparalleled in its completeness. The trigger for this astonishing metamorphosis can be varied: a sudden change in water temperature, a lack of food, or physical injury. Instead of succumbing to these adverse conditions, the adult medusa begins a remarkable process of regression. Its bell and tentacles start to degenerate, the cells within its body seemingly remembering a younger, simpler state. It is as if the very blueprint of its life cycle can be read not just forwards but also in reverse, allowing it to navigate away from the precipice of death and back towards a renewed beginning, a biological fountain of youth. As the transformation progresses, the jellyfish settles onto the seabed, its form contracting and reabsorbing its features. It becomes an amorphous blob, a cyst-like structure, which then develops into a new polyp colony. This is not merely healing or regeneration of a part. It is the entire organism reverting to its earliest stage of life, a complete developmental reversal. The cells that once formed the complex structures of the swimming medusa, with its stinging nematocysts and digestive system, de-differentiate and then redifferentiate to form the simpler structures of a polyp. From this newly formed polyp colony, new medusae will eventually bud off, genetically identical to the original adult that underwent the transformation. Each new medusa is, in essence, a clone of its former self, but rejuvenated, ready to begin the life cycle anew. This process allows the Turritopsis dohrnii to theoretically cycle between its medusa and polyp stages indefinitely, effectively cheating death by old age. It is a continuous loop of life, death, and rebirth, all contained within a single biological entity, a true phoenix of the ocean. It is crucial to understand that this is not simply a robust form of regeneration, like a starfish regrowing a lost arm. This is a complete biological restart. The jellyfish doesn't just repair damage, it returns to its juvenile form, shedding the burdens of its adult existence and starting afresh. This unique ability makes Turritopsis dohrnii biologically immortal, meaning it does not die of old age. Its demise would typically come from predation, being eaten by sea turtles or other larger jellyfish, or from disease, rather than from the intrinsic decline that marks the end for most living things. The implications of this process are profound. Scientists are keenly studying the cellular and genetic mechanisms that underpin transdifferentiation in Turritopsis dohrnii. Understanding how these cells can so radically reprogram themselves could offer insights into cellular repair, aging, and even regenerative medicine in other organisms, including humans. The genes that control this remarkable plasticity, this ability to turn back the biological clock, are of immense interest, holding potential keys to understanding how cells maintain their identity, or in this case, change it so dramatically. The immortal jellyfish, therefore, is not just a curiosity of the marine world, it is a living laboratory for studying the very essence of life and longevity. Its existence challenges our fundamental assumptions about the life cycle, demonstrating that the arrow of biological time doesn't always have to fly in one direction. In its delicate pulsing bell, it carries a secret that has fascinated humanity for millennia. The possibility of escaping the clutches of old age, not through myth, but through the intricate and wondrous mechanisms of biology. As it drifts through the water column, a tiny speck of life, Turritopsis dohrnii serves as a powerful reminder of the endless innovation of the natural world. It is a creature that embodies resilience and renewal in its most extreme form. While its individual medusae may be consumed or fall victim to illness, the genetic lineage, through this remarkable process of rejuvenation, has the potential to persist indefinitely, a silent, ceaseless dance of life renewed deep within the ocean's embrace. Hydra, the ever-renewing marvel of freshwater. Turning our gaze from the vast oceans to the quiet stillness of freshwater ponds and streams, we encounter another master of longevity, the Hydra. This tiny, unassuming creature, often no more than a centimeter in length, belongs to the same phylum as jellyfish, the Cnidaria. It typically leads a sedentary life, attached to submerged leaves or stones, its slender tubular body crowned with a whirl of delicate tentacles, patiently waiting for unsuspecting prey like Dohrnii or small insect larvae to drift within its grasp. Its simplicity belies an extraordinary biological characteristic, a seemingly limitless capacity for self-renewal. At the heart of Hydra's remarkable resilience lies its population of stem cells. Unlike most multicellular organisms, where stem cell activity and abundance tend to decline with age, leading to a reduced capacity for repair and regeneration, Hydra maintains a vigorous and continuously active pool of these master cells throughout its life. These stem cells are totipotent, meaning they have the potential to differentiate into any cell type found in the Hydra's body, from nerve cells to muscle cells to the stinging nematocysts in its tentacles. This constant supply ensures that old or damaged cells are perpetually replaced. This ceaseless cellular turnover is the key to Hydra's apparent biological immortality. It doesn't age in the conventional sense because its tissues are in a constant state of renewal. Imagine a structure that is continuously being rebuilt, brick by brick, so that no part of it ever truly grows old. This is, in essence, how Hydra operates at a cellular level. Its body is in a dynamic equilibrium, with cell division and differentiation perfectly balanced to maintain its form and function indefinitely, provided its environment remains stable and it avoids predation. The regenerative capabilities of Hydra are legendary in the biological world. If a Hydra is cut into several pieces, each fragment, provided it contains a sufficient number of stem cells and is large enough, can regenerate into a complete, perfectly formed new individual. It can regrow its head, the hypostom and tentacles, or its foot, the basal disc, with equal facility. This process is not just about healing a wound, it's about recreating an entire organized body plan from a small subset of its original cells, a testament to the remarkable programming inherent within its genome. Early researchers such as Abraham Tremblay in the 18th century were astonished by these abilities. Experiments have demonstrated that a Hydra can be minced, and the dissociated cells, if aggregated, can reorganize themselves to form new, viable polyps. This capacity for regeneration is so profound that it has led scientists to conclude that Hydra does not exhibit senescence, the gradual deterioration of functional characteristics with age. In laboratory conditions where predation and disease are eliminated, individual Hydra specimens have been observed for years, even decades, without any signs of aging. The genetic underpinnings of this perpetual youth are a subject of intense research. One gene in particular, known as FOXO, has garnered significant attention. Variants of the FOXO gene are found across the animal kingdom, including in humans, and are often associated with longevity. In Hydra, FOXO appears to play a crucial role in maintaining the stem cell population and regulating the differentiation pathways, ensuring that the balance between self-renewal and the production of specialized cells is meticulously controlled. This genetic toolkit enables Hydra to sustain its regenerative prowess indefinitely. Contrast this with most complex animals, where stem cells become more restricted in their potential or their numbers dwindle over time. This limitation is a fundamental aspect of aging in many species. Hydra, by sidestepping this decline, offers a unique model for understanding how stem cell populations can be maintained for extended periods, potentially providing insights into therapies aimed at combating age-related diseases or enhancing regenerative capabilities in humans. The study of Hydra could unlock secrets to maintaining tissue health and function throughout life. Despite its simple body plan, comprising just 2 layers of cells, an outer ectoderm and an inner endoderm separated by a gelatinous layer called mesoglia, Hydra possesses a surprisingly complex system for controlling its development and regeneration. Intricate signaling pathways and morphogenetic gradients guide the organization of cells, ensuring that a new head forms at one end and a foot at the other, even from a seemingly disorganized fragment. This precise control mechanism is what allows for such faithful and complete regeneration. The implications of Hydra's biology extend far beyond its freshwater habitat. It serves as a powerful model organism for studying fundamental biological processes such as stem cell biology, regeneration, aging, and the evolution of multicellularity. Its ability to continuously replace its cells without succumbing to the uncontrolled proliferation seen in cancer is also of significant interest. Hydra has mastered a delicate balance between renewal and stability, a balance that holds many lessons for medical science. Thus, this tiny, often overlooked inhabitant of our freshwater ecosystems stands as a profound example of biological immortality. The Hydra, with its quiet persistence and its astonishing capacity for self-renewal, demonstrates that the boundaries of life and longevity are far more flexible than we might imagine. It is a living testament to the power of cellular regeneration, a creature that, in its own humble way, has achieved a form of timelessness, continuously rebuilding itself anew, moment by moment, in the gentle currents of its aquatic world. Chapter 3. The Indomitable Plenarian, Masters of Regeneration. Our journey now takes us to the realm of the Plenarian flatworm, another unassuming creature with an extraordinary claim to agelessness. These fascinating invertebrates, typically found in freshwater environments like streams and ponds, as well as in damp terrestrial habitats, possess a regenerative ability so remarkable that it borders on the miraculous. With their simple, flattened bodies and characteristic spade-shaped heads adorned with 2 eye spots, Plenarians glide through their world, carrying within them a biological toolkit that allows them to defy dismemberment and potentially the ravages of time itself. The secret to the Plenarians' incredible regenerative prowess lies in a population of specialized cells called neoblasts. These are pluripotent stem cells distributed throughout the worm's body, accounting for as much as 20 to 30% of all its cells. Neoblasts are akin to the embryonic stem cells found in other animals, possessing the remarkable ability to differentiate into any cell type required by the Plenarian, from skin cells and muscle cells to neurons and digestive cells. This abundant and versatile cellular resource is the engine driving their near-limitless regeneration. The extent of their regenerative capability is truly astounding. A Plenarian can be cut into numerous pieces and, under the right conditions, each tiny fragment can regenerate into a complete, perfectly proportioned new worm. Experiments have shown that a fragment as small as 1/279th of the original worm, containing perhaps just a few thousand cells, including some neoblasts, can successfully regrow an entire individual. This is not merely wound healing, it is the de novo creation of a whole organism from a minuscule piece of its former self. Consider the regeneration of a head, one of the most complex structures in any animal. If a Plenarian is decapitated, the tail fragment will not only seal the wound, but will also proceed to grow an entirely new head, complete with a brain, a simple ganglion, and new photosensitive eye spots. Similarly, a head fragment can regenerate a new tail. This process involves intricate cellular communication, precise gene expression, and the coordinated migration and differentiation of neoblasts to the site of injury, where they proliferate and rebuild the missing structures with astonishing accuracy. Intriguingly, research has even delved into whether regenerated Plenarians can retain memories or learn behaviors from the original worm. Some studies have suggested that if a Plenarian is trained to respond to a certain stimulus and then cut, the regenerated worms, both from the head and tail sections, may show some retention of this learned behavior. This hints at the possibility that information might be stored not just in the brain, but perhaps distributed in other tissues, or that the neoblasts themselves carry some form of epigenetic memory, a truly fascinating and still debated area of research. This phenomenal capacity for regeneration effectively grants Plenarians a form of immortality, at least against physical damage and potentially against organismal senescence. As long as a fragment containing neoblasts survives, the Plenarian can, in essence, be reborn. While they can be preyed upon or succumb to adverse environmental conditions, they do not seem to suffer from age-related decline in the same way many other animals do. Their neoblasts ensure a constant supply of new cells, replacing any that become damaged or worn out, keeping the organism perpetually youthful at a cellular level. The mechanisms governing this process are incredibly complex and are a subject of intense scientific investigation. Researchers are mapping the signaling pathways, growth factors, and genetic programs that instruct the neoblasts to proliferate, migrate, and differentiate correctly. Understanding how Plenarians control the size and proportion of regenerated structures, ensuring a new head is the right size for the body, for example, is a key area of focus. These worms have clearly mastered a sophisticated system of developmental biology that operates throughout their lives. The Plenarian flatworm serves as an invaluable model organism for scientists studying regeneration, stem cell biology, and the fundamental principles of tissue repair and aging. The insights gained from these simple creatures could have profound implications for human medicine, particularly in the development of therapies to repair damaged tissues and organs, or to combat age-related degenerative diseases. They offer a living blueprint of how to achieve complete biological restoration, a blueprint nature has perfected over millions of years. The existence of such profound regenerative ability in a relatively simple organism highlights the diverse strategies life has evolved to ensure its persistence. While humans and other complex vertebrates have a much more limited capacity for regeneration, typically confined to certain tissues like skin or liver, the Plenarian demonstrates that the potential for whole-body regeneration is indeed present within the animal kingdom. It challenges us to explore why such abilities might have been lost or suppressed in other lineages during evolution. In their quiet, gliding movements, Plenarian flatworms carry the secrets of perpetual renewal. They're a testament to nature's ingenuity, showcasing how a pool of versatile stem cells can provide an almost limitless fountain of youth, allowing these humble creatures to overcome grievous injuries and potentially live indefinitely, rebuilding themselves time and time again from the very fabric of their being. Their resilience is a source of wonder and a beacon for scientific discovery in the quest to understand and perhaps one day harness the power of regeneration. Chapter 4. The Ageless Crustacean, Lobsters, and the Secret of Telomerase. We now venture back into the marine realm to consider the lobster, a creature often associated with impressive size and, anecdotally, with great longevity. While lobsters are not truly immortal in the way a Turritopsis dohrnii might be, they possess a fascinating cellular mechanism that significantly combats one key aspect of aging seen in many other species, including humans. These heavily armored crustaceans, prowling the ocean floor, hold clues to sustained cellular vitality, linked to an enzyme that guards the very ends of their chromosomes. A common misconception is that lobsters grow indefinitely until they become too large to molt successfully or are caught. While it's true they continue to grow throughout their lives, and molting does become more energetically demanding and risky with increasing size, their longevity is not solely due to continuous growth. They do eventually die, often from exhaustion during molting, disease, or predation. However, at a cellular level, they exhibit a remarkable resistance to the kind of aging that typically limits lifespan in many other animals. This resistance is tied to structures called telomeres. Telomeres are protective caps at the ends of chromosomes, much like the plastic tips on shoelaces, preventing the chromosomes from fraying or fusing with neighboring chromosomes. In most vertebrate cells, each time a cell divides, these telomeres shorten slightly. When telomeres become critically short after numerous cell divisions, the cell can no longer divide and enters a state of senescence or undergoes programmed cell death, apoptosis. This telomere shortening is considered a fundamental biological clock contributing to the aging process of tissues and the organism as a whole. Enter telomerase, an enzyme with the remarkable ability to add repetitive DNA sequences back onto the ends of telomeres, effectively rebuilding them and counteracting the shortening that occurs during cell division. In most mammals, including humans, telomerase activity is high in embryonic stem cells and germ cells, sperm and eggs, but is significantly reduced or absent in most adult somatic body cells. This limitation on telomerase activity in adult tissues is thought to be a trade-off, possibly to help prevent uncontrolled cell division, which is a hallmark of cancer. However, lobsters, along with some other crustaceans, appear to express significant levels of telomerase in most of their tissues throughout their lives. This means that as their cells divide to facilitate growth and repair, the telomerase enzyme is actively working to maintain telomere length. Consequently, their cells do not suffer the same replicative senescence or aging due to cell division limits that cells in many other animals experience. This continuous cellular rejuvenation allows them to keep growing, molting, and reproducing, often reaching impressive sizes and ages. This sustained telomerase activity contributes to the lobster's ability to live for many decades, with some individuals estimated to be over a century old. They don't show many of the typical signs of aging seen in other animals, such as decreased appetite, loss of reproductive capability, or decline in muscle mass, until very late in life, if at all, before succumbing to other factors. Their cells effectively remain young, capable of continued division and function, which is a remarkable feat. It's important to note that this doesn't make them invincible. The process of molting, where they shed their hard exoskeleton to grow larger, is incredibly strenuous and metabolically costly. As lobsters get older and larger, molting becomes more infrequent but also more dangerous. They are vulnerable during and immediately after molting, and the sheer energy required can sometimes lead to death. Furthermore, disease, parasites, and of course predation by humans and other marine creatures are significant causes of mortality. So while lobsters are not biologically immortal in the sense of being able to live forever or revert their life cycle, their cellular machinery provides them with a remarkable defense against one of the primary drivers of aging. Their cells don't wear out in the same way. This sustained telomerase activity offers a fascinating natural experiment in the long-term effects of telomere maintenance and cellular youthfulness, providing valuable insights for researchers studying aging. The study of telomerase in lobsters and other organisms that express it widely could have implications for human health. While reactivating telomerase in human cells carries risks, such as potentially promoting cancer, understanding how organisms like lobsters manage this enzyme safely could lead to new strategies for combating age-related diseases or promoting tissue regeneration without adverse effects. They offer a glimpse into a different biological strategy for longevity. The lobster, therefore, stands as a testament to the diverse ways nature has tackled the challenges of aging and survival. Its robust, armored exterior belies a subtle internal mechanism that keeps its cells vital and capable of sustained growth and reproduction far beyond the norm for many other creatures. It is a creature that, while not truly ageless, certainly possesses a remarkable cellular key to enduring youth, reminding us that the secrets to longevity can be found in the most unexpected of places, even at the bottom of the cold, dark ocean. Chapter 5. Tardigrades, the near-invincible survivors. Our final exploration into nature's ageless wonders brings us to the microscopic world of the tardigrade, affectionately known as the water bear or moss piglet. These 8-legged, segmented microanimals are found in an astonishing array of environments, from the highest mountains to the deepest seas, from scorching hot springs to solid ice, and even in the temporary dampness of mosses and lichens in our own backyards. While not immortal in the sense of endless life cycles, their ability to endure conditions that would be instantly lethal to almost any other life form grants them a form of extreme longevity through stasis, making them seem virtually indestructible. The tardigrade's most famous characteristic is its ability to enter a state of cryptobiosis, a metabolic suspension of life in response to adverse environmental conditions. When faced with desiccation, extreme temperatures, or lack of oxygen, the tardigrade can retract its legs, contract its body into a barrel-shaped form called a tun, and drastically reduce its metabolic activity to less than 0.01% of normal or even to undetectable levels. In this tun state, they can survive for years, even decades, waiting for conditions to become favorable again. The range of extreme conditions tardigrades can withstand while in their tun state is truly mind-boggling. They have been shown to survive temperatures as low as -272 degrees Celsius, just above absolute zero, and as high as 150 degrees Celsius. They can endure pressures up to 6,000 times that of the Earth's atmosphere, withstand high doses of ionizing radiation, hundreds of times the lethal dose for humans, and even survive the vacuum of outer space, as demonstrated by experiments on space missions. This resilience is unparalleled in the animal kingdom. Several sophisticated biochemical mechanisms contribute to this incredible hardiness. One key factor is the production of unique proteins, including cytoplasmic abundant heat soluble KHS proteins and damage suppressor DSUP proteins. KHS proteins form a gel-like matrix within the tardigrade cells during desiccation, vitrifying the cellular contents and preventing the formation of damaging ice crystals or the collapse of cellular structures. The DSUP protein has been shown to protect DNA from radiation damage by binding to it and shielding it, or by enhancing repair mechanisms. Another crucial molecule is trehalose, a disaccharide sugar which tardigrades accumulate in large quantities during the dehydration process. Trehalose acts as a water replacement, forming a glassy matrix that helps to preserve the integrity of cell membranes, proteins, and other vital cellular components, preventing them from denaturation and damage during extreme desiccation. This sugar is also found in other anhydrobiotic organisms like brine shrimp and some yeast, but tardigrades seem to have perfected its use for extreme survival. While cryptobiosis allows tardigrades to persist for incredibly long periods, essentially putting their lives on hold, their active lifespan when conditions are favorable is more typical of small invertebrates, ranging from a few months to a couple of years, depending on the species and environment. So they're not immortal by continuously living and regenerating like a hydra. Instead, they achieve longevity through profound dormancy, effectively pausing their biological clock until the environment is once again hospitable, at which point they can rehydrate and resume normal activity within minutes or hours. This ability to survive such a wide array of existential threats makes them appear almost ageless, as they can outlast environmental catastrophes that would wipe out most other life. Their capacity for long-term survival in a desiccated state means that a tardigrade born centuries ago could theoretically be revived today if its ton state remained undisturbed and viable. This is not immortality in the sense of continuous life, but rather an extraordinary extension of potential lifespan through suspended animation. The scientific interest in tardigrades is immense, not just for their incredible survival skills, but for what these mechanisms might teach us. Understanding how their proteins protect cellular structures from extreme stress could lead to new methods for preserving biological materials such as vaccines, blood products, or even organs for transplantation without the need for refrigeration. Their DNA protection and repair mechanisms are also of great interest for radiation protection and cancer research. These microscopic creatures, often overlooked, embody the ultimate form of toughness and endurance. They are a testament to life's tenacity, demonstrating an ability to persist in the face of conditions that would seem to preclude life altogether. Their survival strategies are a masterclass in biochemical engineering, honed over hundreds of millions of years of evolution, allowing them to weather almost any storm the universe can throw at them. The tardigrade, our final ageless wonder, may not live forever in a continuous stream, but its capacity to hit the pause button on life, to endure the unendurable and then to return, makes it one of the most resilient and, in its own way, timeless creatures on our planet. They remind us that survival can take many forms and that even the smallest of organisms can possess the most extraordinary of powers, pushing the known limits of life to their very edge. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey. We have ventured into the hidden worlds of some of nature's most extraordinary inhabitants. The immortal jellyfish resetting its life cycle, the ever-renewing hydra, the master regenerator Plenarian, the cellularly youthful lobster, and the near-indestructible tardigrade. Each of these creatures, in its unique way, challenges our conventional understanding of life, aging, and mortality. They reveal the diverse and ingenious strategies that evolution has sculpted, pushing the boundaries of what is biologically possible and offering profound insights into the resilience and adaptability of life on Earth. These ageless wonders are more than just biological curiosities. They are living laboratories, holding potential keys to some of the most pressing questions in science and medicine. What can their mechanisms of cellular repair, regeneration, and extreme survival teach us about combating human diseases, slowing the aging process, or even extending healthy lifespans? The study of these organisms opens up exciting avenues for discovery, reminding us that nature is often the most sophisticated innovator. Their existence inspires awe and fuels our quest for knowledge, pushing us to explore the very fabric of life itself. The natural world is replete with such marvels, many still awaiting discovery. As we continue to explore our planet, from its deepest oceans to its most microscopic niches, we uncover more of these incredible stories of survival and adaptation. We hope this exploration of immortal animals has sparked your curiosity and deepened your appreciation for the sheer ingenuity of life. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content. There is always more to learn, more to discover, and more to be amazed by in the grand theater of the natural world.